last year you were mentioning one of your sohbet,
Oh.
but I want other people to benefit and also open it up more for us. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the month of Safar right before his beloved months, most beloved months, right before that?
I don't know anything. Month of punishment before the month of mercy. What, you want to be the opposite? Isn't it better? Imagine if we had mercy and then punishment. Oh. Allah showing, it's an open sign there. Because in reality, a punishment is also a mercy. And the end of a punishment is mercy. What is the hellfire? It is a place for us to get cleaned up. Something that is dirty, you act on it quickly, you can just take a rag and you can finish it, clean it up. You leave it there for a little bit, you need to have hot water and soap, now a little bit harder. If it's stained there, oh, then that time you have to put the bleach, something hard. If it becomes rusty, you cannot use water, you cannot use bleach even. If it's a rust, now you have to what? You don't cut anymore, they use razor. It purifies and it seals. So that fire now, that heat transforms something that is raw into something that is cooked, ready. It's a problem if you don't have the fire now. So it has a use now. So if we are not cleaning ourselves, especially we make a little bit dirty, we don't clean ourselves, we don't say astaghfirullah every day, pretty soon that stain will stay, and it's going to take a longer time for us to get rid of that. Then you need more. You're still not cleaning it up, they become so hard like that, then that time the smack may reach to you. But that smack also is not to punish you. That smack is to clean up that dirt so that you become clean again. That hellfire, it is to clean us up. But those ones that while they're living on the face of this earth, they're understanding and fearing from their Lord, and they're trying to clean up every single day. They dirty themselves today, they say astaghfirullah, ya Rabbi, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. They're cleaning themselves up every day. And that time, it is very easy to pass to the other side clean, because we've done all the initial cleaning. You're not doing that. It's piling. And then in the grave is going to be a problem. Judgment Day is going to be a problem. Beyond Judgment Day, it is going to be a disaster. May Allah forgive us and not make us to go through that, inshallah. So this is our book. This is our book that we have to read. This is our book that we have to say, astaghfirullah, I did this, Ya Rabbi, cancel this out. Ya Rabbi, I did this good for your sake. Please put this in. We are busy with our book, busy with taking accounting. Every day. This is what the 5 daily prayers is supposed to be. Not just going up and down like a robot. That's why the Prophet says 1 hour of meditation, it is better than 70 years of worship. Meditation meaning you sit and you understand, what did I do? Where did I go? What did I say? Why did I say it? Is this right or is this wrong? I said this word. I did this, astaghfirullah. I ask for your forgiveness. Now I must run to do something good. You are judging yourself. You are tallying yourself. You're taking accounting of yourself. You're remembering death. Beyond everything you say, angel of death comes, knocks me out here. Takes the soul out. What will go through my mind? You pass through a certain age, everyone has gone through at least feeling a little bit of the wings of the angel of death on you, no? Don't forget that, you understand? Someone just told me when he was young, he was on a motorbike, couldn't really stop. He was hit by a car. Car hit him, he flew out, he just got up and he started again. Everyone was shocked. That is a miracle. Allah is not telling the angel to take his life because he still has work to do for Allah's sake here in this world. He has to find out what that work is. That work is with those ones who are with Allah. But you have gone through that, remember that. Remember that. Because then you're going to understand what is real and what is not. What is worth worrying about and what is not worth worrying about. And then if you are seized with that panic, if the angel of death is coming to you, you say, oh, I cannot even think about Allah or the Prophet, or I cannot understand, oh, take lesson from that. Yes, that also happens. That also happens. So, step by step, we must learn how to die before we die. If we don't learn how to die before we die, they will teach us, they will force us to die. Then it's going to be very painful for us. And so, the end is mercy. After everything that has happened, the end is always mercy. All the judgment is going to happen after hell, after everything, there is mercy. Because Allah is saying, my mercy, it overtakes my anger. And so, we are looking forward to that month. Because to be careful in this month of curses will bring us already under the domes of mercy. Don't run around where the curses they are raining down, to be around people that the curses is coming there. When you start doing that, you're already in mercy. You're already in protection. And that time, when the month of the Holy Prophet ﷺ arrives, you understand what is that source of mercy. What is it that is making us to run to mercy? It's because we are part of his nation, ﷺ. It's another big subject. I don't want to talk too much about the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Later we may speak, inshallah, because if we are not living his lifestyle, if we're not carrying his sunnah properly, if we're not going through or tasting what he went through, we have no right to talk about him too much. We have no right even to be too busy with his greatness. His greatness is undeniable. But we cannot be too busy with that. We should be busy with how far away we are from him and how closer we have to get. That time we may speak from somewhere that is real, instead of just speaking from books. May Allah forgive me, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This much is enough. Yes, sir. Any other questions? Bismillah.
You heard them mention recently and many other times that we should die before we die.
Yes.
And now living this lifestyle, we are surrounded, especially Old West, and the rest of the world, but especially that. Is it that possible? Especially, is it that possible without shaitan, without being connected to the shaitan?
Very good question. It's impossible. Are there special ones out there? Yes, we're not going to touch those ones. There are always exceptions. But generally, and those exceptions, they are not inside the dunya. They're never tricked by the dunya. But is it possible now, without a shaykh now, to find your way to safety? I'm saying, Inshallah Rahman. Good luck to you. But Abu Yazir Bistami said, not for this Ahir Zaman times. He was living in a time where there was Khalifa. He was not living in a time when there was Haram. He was living in a time when people were believers all around him. And they were praying 5 times a day, doing everything properly, yet he says the one who has no shaykh, his shaykh is shaitan. Sultan al-Arifin is saying that. So now, a shaykh is a guide. Most people, they are guided by their nafs. They're guided by their limited experience. They're guided by other people's experience. They're guided by the media. They're guided by television. They're guided by songs. They're guided by poems. They're guided by their parents. They're guided by everything. But very few, they say, we want a purity of guidance. Everyone is teaching us something. Yes, we may take from everyone, but our guide that is going to bring from here to hereafter, it has to be that one who is an inheritor of the Prophet. That one who is a waris. You're not going to take advice on how to cook from a gardener. You're not going to ask advice, if you're a doctor, how to perform surgery from a butcher. You understand? You have to take guidance from proper sources. Now, when it's about living through this life, journeying through this life to the next life, you cannot take guidance from scholars. You cannot take guidance from your parents. Because now we're talking about a journey from this life to the next life. Prophets were sent to teach us how to do this. And he had inheritors. That is still, you take from these inheritors, they'll teach you how to negotiate this life so that you journey this life properly and you enter into the next life properly. Don't also think that now you're holding on to your share, your life is going to be Jannat, your life is going to be so easy. Look at the lives of the Sahabis, the companions. Their lives turned to paradise once they took Shahadat. No, their lives turned to hell. Correct? But it is for this life. They are in paradise surrounded by fire. They are surrounded by fire, but they're in paradise. That fire now, that suffering now doesn't mean anything to them anymore. They become much stronger, they are purified by it. And Allah is saying, you think you're going to go to the station, to the paradises that they have gone through without going through their tests? Without going through their tests? He says, impossible. So, some they're entering, everything is okay. Some normal, some they turn upside down. You have to have proper understanding now to see why this is happening, the reason, and what is my role here in doing it. We're not asking for people's lives to turn upside down, never. I'm never opening my hands and say, test this one, curse this one. Nowadays they say, oh, I curse you and you curse you. Murids cursing each other. That is forbidden. You're going to curse each other in the month of Safar, in the month of curses. The curse already reached to you. That's why you can do it. You understand? So, we're not asking for all of that. And when things come to you, especially now under the guidance of a shaykh, things happen to you, first you have to check yourself. Is this a punishment or is this a test? Sometimes it is both. Sometimes it is more one than the other. Now sometimes this is when you need the guidance. You understand? This is happening. I don't understand what this means. Then you're going to go to someone who understands what it means and going to say, this is the meaning of this is the meaning of that. Now be careful. Your story is not ending here. It continues. Everyone's story continues. If right now we all lose everything, may Allah not test us, we lose everything, but we're standing up for the sake of Allah and we are finished too, our story is still not finished. Those ones who are, their lives and their possessions and everything is taken away from them because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their lives did not finish. It began. It's starting in the most beautiful and the most noble way, just as the prophets and the sahabis and the awliya Allah they've gone through. So once you start to see things in perspective like that, then you say, oh, I am part of their story. This is the real story. But if you lose that and you're only looking at unbelievers and people of the dunya and telling you this is how you live your life according to pleasure and happiness and satisfaction and wealth and family and cars and this Facebook reality, if you look at that, you're never going to be satisfied, and it is all fake. and is not real and is not what Allah is happy with. When you look at that story, the real story that you're going to continue, you're part of reality and you are just beginning. We are just beginning our journey. Our journey is not ending, it's just beginning. You understand? For those who believe, those ones that they suffered so much because of their faith and everything was taken away from them, their story did not end either. It's beginning. They are the ones who is returning back to Allah and says, Ya Rabbi, you gave me everything and you take away everything. Everything belongs to you anyway. Make me belong to you too. Make my heart belong to you too. I am weak. Don't test me, Ya Rabbi, but if difficulty comes to me, turn my heart. Turn my heart to make it strong. Turn my heart to be happy. And turn my heart to look with the eyes of reality. That way, as the Prophet says, Allah loves the one, the believer, who is always happy and cheerful. Because you meet someone cheerful, it takes away your sadness too. That one may have the worst things happen to him, but he's cheerful. The Lord loves him. Our Lord loves him then. Not only that, other people are going to love him too, because he's always smiling. He's always taking people's burdens away. So, inshallah, that way we will know how to work. We are not going to get confused so much. We're not going to get confused at all. Worse things can happen to us now. We say, we know, we understand. You understand? Even if we have nothing, we're very little, and we're suffering, we're not in confusion. The one who is in confusion, he can have everything, but he's enjoying nothing. Enjoying nothing. And he's fearing from everything. He cannot even enjoy something. He's eating food, says, how many calories this have? Now, is this like this, is like that? Nothing is free. Nothing is cheerful for him. Nothing he can find satisfaction. That's why the prophets, they like to be around who? Around the orphans. The children, they're always happy. They're happy with very little. They're around poor people, they're happy. Around rich people, they're never happy. They're always jealous from each other, envious from each other, showing off from each other. Their hearts are very tight now. In this way, in the way of tasawwuf, we say we are fakir. You understand what is that meaning? That means that we own nothing. Even our prayers is nothing. Even our worship, it is nothing. And we are happy. Because everything belongs to Allah now. Our Shaykh went through that, not just with words, with everything, with his life, with his property, with his families, with his jamaat. He built something. Everything was his Lord. And don't think that our Lord was easy on. Our Lord was testing him very hard. He came with nothing, he built something up. He opened a business, he earned millions. He lost millions. He worked for the United Nations. He met everyone from the top, he got sick, and he knew what they were about, what they're trying to do. He came back, he became a taxi driver, he became a truck driver. At one point he had no work at all to feed his family. In the winter time, he was shoveling people's driveway. He was shoveling with his hands, shoveling the snow. And that one was being so tyrant to him. He was doing everything nicely and perfectly, and that one was insulting him and saying, threatening, I'm not going to give you any money now. He did everything, breaking his back, doing everything. And that time, Shaykh Effendi said, I went to sajda. And he says, the heart of the man, he's saying. He's not putting himself up so high to say, I'm so brave, and he said, no, the heart of a man. I say, and I pray to my Lord and says, Ya Rabbi, what is it that I've done in my life that is so bad that I'm being treated like this? And he heard a distinct voice coming to him. Because he is a saint, he was born a saint, and he comes from a lineage of saints. He knows his Lord and his Lord knows him. They have a private conversation together. He went to sajda on the snow, and the voice said to him, if you want We will turn every snowflake that you see, everything on this ground, into diamonds for you to take. He lifted his head and it was falling from his forehead. Those snow, that ice was turning into diamonds. He picked it up and he looked. And Allah is saying, if you want, we'll turn everything into diamonds for you, if you want that. If money is what you are asking. Immediately our Shaykh went back into sujood on the ice. Astaghfirullah, Ya Rabbi, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. I want nothing. They are tested. What are we going through? You understand? Which means things that we are going through now, difficulties, we must look with those eyes now to say what they went through, what I'm going through now cannot really compare. It's nothing. I should not complain so much. I should not feel so much pain. I should have more remembrance. I should have more shukr. That sets us correctly also. Otherwise, with one small thing that happens to us, it's going to be a tragedy. One word somebody says to us will destroy our mental health. Somebody just we are not that weak, we are strong, inshallah. May Allah give us more strength. Yes, we are weak and we're asking Allah for more strength, the strength of His strong ones, inshallah. So it is necessary to follow a Shaykh, you understand? Otherwise it is very difficult to have a role model, and your role models, what sticks to your mind? A person, his life, his lifestyle. What sticks to it? The more real the person is, the more he has an impact on you. We read about the awliyaullah, but we see movies, we read books, we see things on the television, we see things on Facebook. These things have an impact on us every day. And the agenda is always the dunya. It has an impact on us every day. No matter how much Quran you're going to read, it is not the same. That's why a living guide, it is important for you. It's important for us. Those ones who are sincere, Allah still has the sincere ones. Allah will be their protector. But those ones, they want nothing from this world. They're not hypocrites. They're very simple people. They're not claiming anything. Those ones, the awliyaullah, are assigned to them. In reality, awliyaullah, they are assigned to everyone. The whole world, all the Muslims belong to one saint or another saint, another Shaykh or this Shaykh. In reality, even the unbelievers, there are saints that are over them. You understand? Can anyone in this world now, anywhere in this world now, say, I'm a free man, I'm a free person, I'm not under any authority? Impossible. Impossible. Whether you like or you don't like, you are under a head. You're under a king or a president or a tyrant or a this or a that, correct? You think in the real spiritual world is not like that. What this world is a mirror of what it is over there. So man can run around saying, I don't have a Lord, I don't have a God, I don't believe, I'm free. No, you're not. Allah is saying in that ayat, we let those ones who are unbelievers, we lengthen their enjoyment a little bit more. We lengthen their enjoyment a little bit more. And Allah is warning, saying, don't you see how many cities we have destroyed? Now, this is to wake us up, inshallah. And we are lucky if we have one. Hold on.